Vietnam, on the whole, is about 100,000 square kilometers less than that of California, but it has many extremely diverse accents from each other, with one of the most distinct being the Hue accent. But it's not just Hue, from Hue to Nghệ An, albeit with some slight differences, they are on the whole similar to each other. This is collectively known as the Miền Trung accent, aka the Central Region accent.
Ta cầm cái mũ ra đổi cho mi mà không có mi này.
Đấy.
Mũ rồi ạ. Đây. Thẳng rồi mũ ta đi đấy. Mũ đi lấy đồng hồ.
But wait, the Central Region is considered to be all the way up here in Nghệ An, down here in Binh Thuận. But the people down here do not speak anything like the people up here. And actually, the accent stops right here at the Hải Vân mountain pass. And once you pass this area, that's when the accent drastically switches and you'll start to hear the Quảng Nam accent.
Con quay, mà xưa con vô con quay cái lục bỏ lục nước này này. Cho người ta ngồi đó họ thái họ cứu rồi chứ.
Anh ưng nói tiếng Quảng em chữa anh này. Đừng quế.
But why is that? What is it about this mountain pass that causes the accent to just magically switch? Is it magic or is it history? Let's check it out. So in order to understand this, we need to go way back. Vietnamese is a part of the Austroasiatic language family. What this means is that if you were to trace the origins of all these languages back to their source, there would be one origin language. Some of the languages that are part of this family include the Khmer language, the Hmong language, and the Kinh language, also known as Vietnamese. However, because people started migrating to different areas, for instance, the Khmer's moving down to where present-day Cambodia is, the Kinh moving down to the lowlands of Vietnam, and the Hmong staying in where the mountains of Vietnam are, differences in the language began to form. Now I'm going to play you a short clip of the Hmong language, the language closest to Vietnamese.
Đắc mặt, vì con nhà họ chẳng còn cái chi. Họ mới điện thoại cho con tửa là hà là họ báo nàng. Con ơi, phải dòng hà will thôi, mưa là ngày khâu, uốn phải y khê chít ra. Còn họ mới po lại hằng.
Mang ơi, mang khê tìm con một lần tí.
Now, as you can see, some words stayed the same and others changed. This idea of languages changing because of separation is going to be important in understanding why the difference in the Hue and the Quảng Nam accent. It was at the end of the Chun dynasty that Vietnam had its territory all the way down to the Hải Vân mountain pass. And on the other side was the Champa kingdom. However, under the rule of Le Thánh Tông, what some Vietnamese historians consider to be the greatest Vietnamese emperor of all time, that Vietnam had extended its territory past the Hải Vân mountain pass. And the kinds of people that they sent into this area to establish a foothold in their new territory were what the Vietnamese government considered undesirable. These included ex-convicts, criminals, the descendants and supporters of the Ming dynasty, Laotians, etc., etc. Essentially people far removed from the mainstream Red River Delta culture. This creates a huge layer of separation between those living above the Hải Vân mountain pass and those living below it. Also, couple this with the fact that there are already Chams and other ethnic minorities living down here. And now they have this Vietnamese language, culture, and government imposed on them. This is bound to create variation in the language and thus the different accents. Now back then, the province of Quảng Nam included modern-day Quảng Nam, Quảng Ngãi, and Bình Định, while up north, the Thuận Hóa province included Quảng Bình, Quảng Trị, and Thừa Thuyên. Now, when things are under the rule of one province, it's easier to spread influence and similarities among the people living in one province. And so that is a simple explanation of why there is such a stark contrast in the accents of the Central Region. Nowadays, there's definitely a lot more intermingling as Da Nang has become the powerhouse of the Central Region, and many people go there looking for more opportunity. So, who knows? Maybe in 400 years, the accents could be really different from each other or the same.